Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Akbar and today I'm going to show you my last horrific vision run, explain some things about my decisions, why I went to different zones, which packs I pulled, which packs I didn't, and just my general thought process going into these visions. I gotta say beforehand, I made a lot of mistakes in this run and I'm going to point them out so that you won't make those mistakes. But I still managed to time it with the zones I did. So, first of all, you may be wondering why I ran to this mailbox and tried to click it while being in combat. It's actually the first time I encountered those, and the idea is if you click this mailbox, there's a chance rare spawns that can drop a mount. I didn't know that you had to cast the investigation of the mailbox and that it would be interrupted while being in combat, so I wasted some time there. Okay, now I picked up a potion. You find a lot of these lying around, and this reduces the damage I take, but stuns me when it runs out. So keep in mind, in 5 minutes I'll get stunned. Now I've found my way into the drag. The drag is one of the two corrupted zones, which are the easier zones to get in. They're corrupted and lost zones, and the difference is that they are generally harder. You lose more sanity in lost zones than you do in corrupted, and yeah, but also you get higher rewards if you complete lost zones instead of corrupted zones. Okay, now I made a big pull here, not realizing that I had to talk to Garona at the start of the zone. I knew that the objective was, as you can see in the bottom right, speak with Garona, but I didn't look at the minimap and didn't even realize that she was standing underneath the boss I just killed. Now I finally got it, and I'm running back, again losing time that I really didn't have to lose. But however, now I'm talking to her and she guides me through the zone, wanting me to investigate different buildings for survivors of this NY'alotha madness. So come in here, talk to him, realize I don't have to do that, and continue. You just investigate the buildings by clicking the entrances. In this building there's an enemy NPC, but still I didn't realize that because the combat doesn't start right away. There was a dialogue first, and I was really new to the zone. I have never done it. Usually I've done the corrupted and lost zones on the other side of the map, which I will show you in another video. But today I felt like doing these zones because you will see I have a huge advantage as a Fairy Druid, or as a Druid in general, in the next zone, and I wanted to try it out. So here I dropped an Sanity Orb, which is one of the first rewards you get from the corrupted mementos from Mother in the advancement tree, and it filled back my sanity, which was really important because otherwise I would have dropped out of the vision without getting any rewards. Okay, now I'm investigating the last building, and there's the boss of the zone that will be attackable in a second. Yeah, I was really standing in front of that and was wondering, hey, why can't I attack that? So I was checking the building to the right, but realized quickly that I don't have to click anything there and just have to wait. So this boss doesn't really do much. He has his Void Torrent ability where I'm not sure you can dodge it. But I had enough damage to just blast him away. Usually he has another ability, which is a shield. That is also the ability that Thrall gets when you complete the zone. In case you didn't know, Thrall gets one ability of each zone end boss when you defeat them, so the Thrall fight gets harder. Now I've entered the Lost Zone here, and I have to fight Misha, Rex's companion. She doesn't really do much, as you can see she does really quickly. Important is that these scarabs spawn. You have to blast these away really fast as well, because otherwise this cast really hurts you. You saw those cat models around me. That was the madness that is active in this zone this week. It's called Split Personality, as you can see on the top border of the screen. And what it does is that your screen flashes purple, as you've seen just a second ago, and then after a second or two, these models spawn. If you run into them, you get stunned, which is obviously really bad, especially when you're in fight with other mobs. So what you can do is, and I will continue to do this in the future, is just stopping movement for a second, waiting for them to spawn, and then running out in the spot that is free. So, as you've maybe seen, the objective in the bottom right is just to defeat Rexa. So this means I don't have to get any count in this zone. So what I did as a feral, naturally, is just stealthing through most of the mobs. This Bone Crusher had true sight, so I couldn't do that. But otherwise, I would have just ran through. Okay, another important thing to notice, they used their poison on me. This poison deals huge amounts of damage and also drains your sanity, so you have to be really careful. Now I'm in the Rexa fight, and I gotta admit, I really fucked up this one. First of all, you see I take huge amounts of damage, and I'm not using my death cooldown for whatever reason. Also, I ran out of health potions, which I didn't realize earlier, so I get really destroyed here. Thank God I skilled into the cheat death ability in the tech tree, so I get revived here with half of my sanity. But I really lost a bunch of sanity here, which hurt me in the run further. Okay, now there's a bunch of abilities going on, and while I'm leaving the area, I will explain what these abilities were. Feel free to rewind a bit so you can watch it again. But first of all, there were these ads having their Void Quill cast on me. It's super important that you interrupt that, because it deals huge amounts of damage to your sanity, and if you don't destroy them quickly or have a way to CC them for a long time, your sanity just depletes here. The other thing was a stampede of these void things looking like shards, if you remember them from Pandaria. You just have to dodge them, because they also just hurt a lot. Also, there were some traps lying around at the start of the fight. If you run into those, huge amounts of damage, huge amounts of sanity loss. Don't do that. Okay, also there's just some random knock-up, but that's not really important if you manage to not get thrown into traps by that. Okay, as you can see here, I pulled a mob called Naros from the blacksmith building. I should have done that at the start of the dungeon, because as soon as I killed him, you can see in the top right, all damage is increased by 10%. That mob isn't always there, but it's there most of the runs I've been in the zone. So maybe check for that first, because that would have helped me a lot in clearing the zones I did before. Here I stepped foot into another corrupted zone for a second, maybe thinking that I could time that, but then I realized, why would I risk it? I already did one lost, one corrupted. I have to kill Thrall to get my cloak upgrade, which is, by the way, the most important thing you have to do in these visions. You only get your cloak upgrade if you accepted the quest from Ravian at the start, and then kill Thrall, because he drops the item you need for the quest. So if all you care is upgrading your cloak, don't bother with exploring other zones, just go straight to Thrall. But realizing I couldn't do another corrupted zone, I just cleared some trash here, because I get some mementos from those. And also, I skipped the advancement in the tech tree that these Black Empire caches can lie around in this tainted zone, in the start zone. And what those do is they just give me a lot of corrupted mementos, which I need for another tech upgrade, for example, but also later in the patch for sockets for my gear, and some cosmetics like mounts and pets. Okay, now here's Thrall. As you can see, he got the two boars from Rexa in his fight. Rexa has 4, he only has 2. Just quickly blast them, because as you can see, a Void Quill hit me and I just lost a lot of sanity. I can recommend, as I will do here shortly, just bloodlust this boss, especially when you run low on sanity. And here's the ability from the drag boss, from the first boss I killed. It's a shield, and after it runs out, you get dealt a portion that is left on the damaging shield as sanity damage, so just be careful there. yeah, the other abilities Thrall just used were just his baseline abilities that you've most likely seen before because you've played a vision or two by yourself. Okay, but as you can see, I cleared one lost area, getting rank 2 of a tank essence. It's the taunt essence, I think. Some more progress towards the other essence and the quest item I needed from Thrall. Yeah, now as I'm leaving the zone, I'll just complete the quest, upgrade my cloak. Yeah, it's important that you don't forget to use those upgrades. I've seen people just forgetting them or even entering the visions without the cloak. That shouldn't be a thing you do. Anyways, that's it for this video. Feel free to ask questions. I hope you like this kind of content. And if you do, please just subscribe, let me know what you want to see, and yeah, give me some feedback. Thank you, and bye-bye.